Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Kneon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And abandon all hope, guys. It does sound like the Fantastic Four movie is not going to be as good as I was hoping it was going to be, based on some of the things that are being said about it leading up to its release.
I was going to be like, mark your calendar. It's a day that we kind of agree with the Mary Sue.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it's Rachel Leishman at the Mary Sue too. I mean, holy shit, hell just froze over.
Hell just froze over, guys. Yes, the Mary Sue, Rachel Leishman, is concerned about how Marvel is going to treat Reed and Sue, specifically their marriage, because it sounds like they might put them in a very unhappy place, which is a real bummer because they've been the kind of one constant in Marvels, that they've been, mostly happily married. They were separated a couple times here and there over the years, but mostly happily married for decades.
I just
and we can't have that.
What they're thinking. Okay, if this is true, I mean, it's all based on speculation, but once again, the actors are out there shooting their mouths off, which is leading to people, being concerned. I mean, if it's true, and if they do what these actors are claiming, then I give up. It's like, you guys are just stupid. You are deliberately setting yourself up to fail. So you have either, colossally, special needs, or you are just doing it for tax write-offs or something. Because
you're just doing it for write-offs.
Because no one's as stupid. Like, there's just no way that anybody could be that. And we're talking multiple people, that it's going through multiple people and they're all this stupid. There's just no way.
I had some hope for this movie, but I'll tell you the truth. The only reason I had hope for this movie is I was like, oh, I like the retro futuristic look. Oh, I like that they got Galactus right. Oh, I like that they got the Thing right. And that's pretty much it, right?
Well, they had him doing a cooking show or whatever. But beyond that, I mean, Pedro Pascal, day one, I was like, oh, hell no. No. Why? And why do we have, just side tangent, I like Zendaya, but why the hell is Pedro Pascal and Zendaya in like every damn thing? Just, I'm not understanding it. Because I mean, they're okay, but they're not the glorious. And how the hell is Pedro Pascal only 50? Because he looks like he's way older than that. He really thinks he's hot. I don't see it. You might think he's cute. Good on you. I cannot see it. But why are they in everything? Why do they have to be cast in every stupid thing? Surprised Zendaya isn't playing Sue Storm. Sorry.
I know. So let's talk about what was said and where this might go. And now the concern, I mean, people had concerns and they're like, oh, it's going to be a female Silver Surfer, but we're also dealing with, a multiverse version of the Fantastic Four. So I'm like, not a big deal. We might get Norrin Rad later. I don't think we're going to. I think this is where they're going to go with it. So before you get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, rants. You will get a woohoo.
Woo freaking who?
Woof. Yeah, you're all fired up about this one.
I'm just tired of it. I'm tired of them being stupid. And I can't, it's actually frustrating because I can't comprehend it. Like, I can't comprehend being that stupid.
Well, let's tell people. I can't. Let's tell people what was said, because we haven't even told people what was said. So we got two different instances here. One with the
actors not shutting up.
Actors not shutting up. Yeah. So we have the actress playing Sue Storm and the actor playing Johnny Storm. And there was this big anti-marketing campaign in Entertainment Weekly. And so Joseph Quinn, who plays Johnny Storm, the Human Torch, said this version of Johnny Storm is less callous with other people's feelings, and hopefully there's a self-awareness about what's driving that attention-seeking behavior. That was like a core personality trait of him, by the way.
Yeah,
he's a hothead. He's the Human Torch.
He likes women, and now he's more worried about your feelings, guys.
He stated that his Human Torch is hilarious and leads with a lot of bravado, which can be an affront sometimes. The actor describes the previous iterations of the character as a womanizing, devil-may-care guy. And the director jumped in and said, Johnny is smart. He's also one of the most heroic of the other members of the Fantastic Four.
Yeah, he's damage control. Director jumped in for damage control.
Yeah, basically, we don't want him to be a womanizer.
They don't want, the audience wants him to be like himself. But
he's a hothead. He was a Human Torch.
They want him to be a kinder, gentler, more considerate version.
He respects everybody's pronouns.
Is that in the article? Because it wouldn't surprise me if it was.
So Vanessa Kirby, who plays Sue Storm, also conveyed that she wanted her version of her character to be different. She wanted her version to be different. God, look at all these ads on here. Sue is known to be the matriarch of the family, right? She's actually one of the most powerful characters in the MCU, but speaking about Sue, Shackman described her as the most emotionally intelligent person on the planet. Kirby said, one of the things I love most from Sue's history is when she becomes Malice and all her dark stuff comes out. I was obsessed with that chapter of her life, so I wanted to make sure that there were tones of malice in there with her, that she wasn't just the stereotype of a goody sweet mother. She asserted that she did not want to just be the tough, invincible, powerful woman, but also a mother who gives birth, which is itself a superhero act. So she's pregnant in the film.
Okay, but wait a minute. Here's the thing, though. But you can be both. You could be a really strong woman and be like a kick-ass person and be a good mom. Like, they're not mutually exclusive.
Yeah.
You can be compassionate, but still kick ass when you have to. It's not mutually exclusive.
It does sound like the director was
damage controlling these people.
Was in there, like, sitting in with them to be like, okay, we cannot have another Ziegler situation. We need to make sure these guys don't say anything stupid. But this is not a good sign. Now, who is being awfully quiet is Pedro Pascal.
Well, I think he's probably been told to keep his mouth shut after the whole fiasco with like Gina Carano and stuff. I noticed he stopped he took down some of the stuff he had before that was about the Holocaust and stuff. And he's been trying, I think he's really careful what he says.
Yeah, because you're over 50, dude. It's gonna get hard.
I think he's already gotten the lecture, so he's just
he's gotten the Disney talk.
Keep my mouth shut.
The mouse talk. Did you get the mouse talk?
Coming of Mickey.
The coming to Mickey moment.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, did you get sticky with Mickey? Yeah.
That's not what that means, but okay.
Anyway, so I thought we'll go back to some of the comments on the post that you put here on Twitter, but I just want to point this out. The Mary Sue, Rachel Leichman of all people. If you touch a hair on Sue Storm and Reed Richards' heads in Fantastic Four, and she goes through like all the stuff that's supposed to happen, and this is where she gets into the feminism angle of Sue. She talks about Sue. She said, if you played an exact 60s Sue today, this is the actress, Vanessa Kirby, everyone would think she was a bit of a doormat. So figuring out how to capture the essence of what she represented to each generation, where the gender politics were different, and embody that today, that was one of the greatest joys.
Oh, God.
Greatest joys. And she's talking about the dark side. She wants to be Malice. She wanted to be Dark Sue. And we go all the way down here. She says, I just want to protect them. I love the MCU, but I'll be the first to admit that this is a franchise lacking in love. We haven't had that many couples in the franchise as a whole. And if we have, their love story is not necessarily at the heart of the story. With Reed Richards and Sue Storm, it's kind of impossible to ignore the love the two have for each other. Yeah, there's been some ups and downs. They've been separated, they've been this, they've been that, whatever. But for the most part, they've been together, married as kind of the anchor of Marvel for decades. So the fact that we get to see them happy and in love, ready to have a family of their own, it's made me so aggressively protective of them. I know that a movie of them being happy and in love with no real problems is unlikely with Galactus around, but a girl can hope. Yeah. I think they'll split them up.
I don't know. They better. I wasn't thinking that, but she apparently did. I'm just sitting here like, I don't even care anymore. You know what? I don't even care. I have no expectations because I know, actually, that's not true. My expectations are they're going to fuck it up because they always do. And It really isn't that hard to get right, but they'll find a way to mess it up. And they really need to muzzle their actors.
Yeah, I think that's why the director sat in with them to be like, no. Actually, this is what we're doing. Shut up, Vanessa. Shut up, Vanessa. Shut up, Vanessa. Shut up, Vanessa. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I love it's like, oh, he's not going to be a toxic Johnny Storm. He's going to be a nice, kind Johnny Storm who
kinder, gentler Johnny Storm, metrosexual Johnny Storm.
Metrosexual Johnny Storm. They will go there. I mean, if hell, they made Iceman gay when there was no Iceman was basically the X-Men's. I mean, it's kind of ironic they put them in the original X-Men movie together, right? But Iceman was kind of the chilly version of Human Torch. Like, they had very similar personality traits, and then they're just like, oh yeah, he's gay. It's like, no, he had no indication being gay. Mm-hmm. He got around with the ladies. They loved his popsicle. and now it's a totally different thing. But here's some of the things that people are saying on Twitter. So we have Wolven one says, I saw this coming. The second they had a very soft-spoken thing doing cooking shows.
Yeah.
It's pretty obvious that they were going to be the modern audience take on the characters, which is to say not really the Fantastic Four. I did like the way that thing looked, but yeah. He's always been loud, boisterous. Sounds like another flop. At some point, I want all of Hollywood and these producers to go broke. Just lose it all. I don't care anymore. We need a new comic publisher that isn't retarded and woke.
I know, right? I was going to say, you have to be really stupid, or you DEI'd it so hard that I can't even. Nothing makes sense.
Geeky can't even. So yeah, I saw something yesterday. I need to watch this document. One of the few things I actually want to watch from Disney these days is the Goofy movie documentary they did. And they were talking about how Jeffrey Katzenberg wanted to have Steve Martin play Goofy.
No.
And they basically had to push back on that and be like, that would be the dumbest damn thing. But then they turned around and they had Don Cheadle do Donald Duck on DuckTales. So, it's like the movie succeeded in spite of the executives in charge that make these idiotic decisions. And I don't know. I actually had some hope for this one, and I
saw this one comment. Zachary Bays was like, I don't know where it is on there. I just thought I have my phone. Sue is gender fluid. Johnny is going to be low key gay, and Reed will have a cuck mentality.
Oh, absolutely. We're not seeing anything about Reed Richards, which is weird because he is. I mean, so they're gonna make it the Sue Storm show, I think.
Well, I'm concerned when they know people were concerned about the casting of Pedro Pascal for Reed Richards, Mr. Fantastic, because he clearly does not look like the character or act like the character. You think they'd show stuff about that put your mind at ease. It's all good here, but they don't.
No, actually, he is noticeably absent even in the trailer. They don't seem to be showing much from him. You're definitely not seeing him stretch because it probably looks ridiculous to have Pedro Pascal stretch.
You would think they would show this because they're trying to get your butts there, and they know that's the one thing people are really concerned about. You think that's the first thing they try to, I'll put your mind at ease. You know what I mean?
Like he's going to work as Mr. Fantastic, but yeah.
Letting these people go out and do these, this promo for, was it Entertainment Weekly, you said?
Yeah.
Was the dumbest thing you could have done.
This is anti-marketing. Honestly, because I'm sitting here like I was ready. I love this little dancing Kirby. I was ready to buy a ticket based on the visuals alone. I was like, I like the look of it. And now I'm hearing about it. I'm like, yeah, maybe not.
I don't know. We'll probably buy it just so we can review it. So I can tell the story. I'll tell the tale.
Tell a tale of the Fantastic Four. Now, I love the Fantastic Four comics. I read a lot of Fantastic Four back in the day, and I know they're kind of like, they were huge in the 60s. They were huge. And then they kind of like waned in popularity over the years, but I like the whole vibe of the Fantastic Four. We already had an amazing Fantastic Four movie. It was called The Incredibles. And it was done better than the Fantastic Four movies. I thought maybe they would get it together for this one. And this one, like, look, if this one does not do well, this is leading directly into Doomsday. And if this does not do well, nobody's going to show up for Doomsday.
And like I said, that they're really banking on it because I think that's where they're announcing the cast around the same time that the Thunderbolts tickets are going to go on sale because they're trying to make it that you have to go see Fantastic Four. You have to go see Thunderbolts. They're trying to build that back up where you have to see these to go see this movie. And I don't know if people are going to go see it, especially if these actors keep opening their mouths.
Yeah. So, I mean, plus they're going to have competition too, right? Superman opens like within a week. I forget which one comes first, but you've got two superhero movies that so far we're hearing meh things about, but like Superman might be okay. Actually, it was weird that that clip they had of Superman with the Superman robots and Crypto. People are like, I hate this. It's so dippy. I'm like, no, this is like the comics used to be, right? So I actually thought it was kind of cool.
Well, I think that's because you're coming at it from somebody who read the comics, but a lot of the audience is coming at it. People just watch the movies. You know what I mean?
Right.
Same with Fantastic Four.
And that's because I'm looking at, I'm like, I love these costumes. I mean, Sue's costume is comic book perfect. And the whole retro futuristic thing, like I think because the Fantastic Four were so big in the 60s, you almost have to make them take place in that time period for, it to
fit,
to stick. Right. And, so I'm like super excited about that, but like, yeah, visuals aside, I'm like, I don't know, guys. We don't have Norm Rad as a Silver Surfer. We've got the female Silver Surfer, which was literally in the comics for like 5 seconds. You know, she wasn't a risk. Like, I remember the media was trying to spin like, well, she was a surfer in the comics. I mean, like, yeah, for like 2 seconds. Like, Aunt May was the Silver Surfer for a while. I mean, come on. You know, I mean, come on. Although it would be kind of funny to see Marissa Tomei come sailing
well,
in.
now she's dead, so
she's dead. But like, it's you know, so that, I mean, you can't really go by that, but they're looking for reasons to justify it. I do have my concerns now. So what people are saying too, they said that Sue is obviously going to be pregnant in the movie, and everybody's thinking it's going to be Franklin Richards, but they have a daughter too, and I am actually, with some of the commenters were kind of like, oh, I know what they're gonna do. They're gonna put the girl in as the baby and give the girl all of Franklin's importance, because Franklin Richards is incredibly important to the MCU, right? Mm-hmm. And very, 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 very powerful character. And I could totally see them being like, you know what? It's problematic because it's the boy. We need more girl power. So it's going to be the daughter. It's going to have all Franklin's abilities.
We need more bun and less sausage.
Yeah, that's and I have to wonder if they're going to do that, because they totally would. I mean, they're gender swapping the Silver Surfer, for God's sake. And if it's all about woman power and empowerment, it's like
they didn't learn. They probably didn't. After Phase 4, which everybody was, I think it was like Nerdrotic number naming it the MCU. After Phase 4, and then you guys went all in on that, and it bombed like massively, like globally bombed. No one wanted this shit. And you'd think they'd be like, okay, let's take it back to what people want. No, they're stupid enough. Because again, I've never seen people so dumb in my life. Either they're literally this stupid, or they're doing it for some kind of nefarious tax write-off or something reason. Because nothing else makes sense. Yeah. Make it make sense.
Yeah. I would like to think it's just incompetence, but I'm like, you can't be this stupid for this long and still have a job, right? I mean, ask Kathleen Kennedy.
Somehow they are, but anyway.
So there we go, guys.
Kennedy, yeah, exactly.
I've my cautious optimism has lessened considerably, and now I'm just like, okay,
should not let these people talk. I mean, how many times we told them, don't let your actors talk, because whenever they do,
you could just hear the pre-order, the ticket pre-orders getting canceled. Like, nope, canceled. Done. We're not doing. Wallet closed, everybody. Wallet closed.
It might on screen not be to the level that they're saying, because they're talking about my thought process behind the character. Well, that could be their thought process. It doesn't mean that's how it's going to be cut. It doesn't mean that's how what parts they're going to show in the movie. And it could be just talking about where they came from, the character at. But that might not be what appears on screen. But the point is, you opened your mouth and you just turned people off before you even saw it.
I think it'd be hilarious if they were like you had some actor like going on about some, I did this really powerful scene that was like a win for feminism and blah and rights, and then the director's like sitting right next to him being like, yeah, we cut that scene.
But I'm just saying, just because they said that was how they came at it doesn't mean that's how the director's going to present it in the film. So It could sound worse than it is, but the fact is, when people are it's not like it used to be where you could say something stupid and people would still go. The economy's bad, people are tight with their money, and they're just over Disney and over Marvel and over Star Wars. And if you even give them a hint of a reason not to come, they're going to be like, well, not going.
Yeah.
I'll wait and see. I'll wait till it comes to Disney Plus. I'll wait till my friends go and see if they say it's worth it,
And that's it. And again, the new trailer might drop. I might be completely floored by it and be like, oh my God, this looks amazing, because I do love the old Fantastic Four comics.
It's true. I don't think he was most excited about this.
Yeah, we went to the antique store the other day, and they had some of the 60s, the books. And I almost picked them up, not the comic books, but the little story books. That have the comic illustrations in. I almost picked them up because I
told
love
you before you
Fantastic
can.
Four, but they're expensive for what they were. But I was just like, yeah, this is the only one I was excited about, and I'm like, yep, I don't know. I don't know now. We'll see. I don't like the idea of like a nerfed Johnny Storm. I want him to be a dick. That was part of his character. That was a huge part of his character. He was always a massive motor mouth and a dick, and yeah.
Anyway. I like the representation.
Anyway, let's wrap this up, guys. Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. We'll talk later.
Bye.